Hi, I'm Jennifer Quick with Soul Clarity Coaching. Welcome to my site. Welcome to this video. So I'm not, as it is, I turn on the camera and I just see what comes out, and I come in and see what the Spirit wants to talk about today. And the thing that came through today that they wanted me to share with you is to talk about our cellular memory. So what happens, so our cells, we're made up of all these different cells, and each cell actually has brain cells in it. It actually has brain neurons in it. Not obviously to the same amount that our heart and our brain does, or our digestion, but every cell, no matter where it is in the body, does have brain neurons in it. Also, our cells, each individual cells, we are actually the collection of cells is what makes up our physical body, and each cell has an energy vibration to it, and it is the collection of all those cells vibrating together that makes up our physical body. So when we want to actually change who we are, or not really, our life circumstances, the vibration that we're putting out, because that's what determines our vibration. The vibration we put out is what determines what we manifest as the life we're living. Well, it starts with every cell of our body. And the cells, if you think of them as they're energy generators. Now, they're little energy generators with little antennas to them. I am not a scientist. I love reading scientific material. I love trying to understand it and everything, but I am not a scientist, and I have really basic language. So I bring these, I study this stuff until I understand it, and I get guidance on that, and then I try and explain it. So I'm going to use real basic language, and that is, if we think of ourselves, take a little round cell, and then it's got this antenna attached to it, and the antenna is what tunes into the energy field around us, which is also our auric field, as well as when we interact with others, the auric field overlaps, and we pick up information off of other people, and that's the whole thing. And that's all picked up by the little antennas that are all around a cell. But the cell itself is actually the energy point. Okay? Now, the pump of the heart is the master that projects it overall, but each one of those cells contributes to the whole. Okay? I'm hoping this is making sense. And I'm hoping this is going somewhere, because it's coming as I'm talking. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and just help me with my ratings. I'm trying to get my output up. So anyhow, back to the cell. So think of a cell as this round cell, and it's got all these antennas, and the antennas tune into all of our emotions and thoughts and feelings and memories and all of that, okay? So that's what a cell is doing. And now when we do things like affirmations and breathing exercises and feeling our emotions and everything, what we are doing is sending messages out to these cells to retune them, okay? But it also can work a little bit, sorry, I wanted to say it works in reverse, but I don't think that's quite the right way to put this. But what I wanted to point out is that, yes, these cells tune into our personal memories and our personal feelings and our personal experiences. That's what makes our veil, the lens, that we see the world through. There's that. And it taps into the programs, but it also picks up other people's energy fields and the vibrations and the different emotions, thoughts, feelings, and everything that are coming out of other people, memories that are coming from other people, and it interprets them. And again, the language is not interpreting necessarily the story as it is the frequency and the frequency of it, and like the collective, where it fits into the collective overall thought. So that's where we get our beliefs and our programs and illusions and things like that. And so these cells they'll tune in to another person's energy field, and they'll take what matches and mix it in with ours, and then we assign a story to it. kind of how it works. Really, again, I'm putting this down into real basic understanding. But I also wanted to know that our cells actually interpret information from the collective. And this is something we don't give enough awareness to, I think, in spiritual development, is how much the collective thought affects us. Now, majority of us, well, almost everybody has a natural instinct to want to belong to the collective. Right? You survive more in a tribal situation. You would survive better if the collective likes you versus if they don't like you and they ostracize you and you're living outside of the community. So we have this natural instinct of survival. That means we need to be accepted by the collective. That also includes the collective thought. So we're downloading the thought for the area that we live in, for the communities that we interact with. Our cells are tuning in to those collective thoughts, and we're bringing them in and putting them into organized programs. Because remember, it's like we're funneling down the information to make it so that we can understand and function through it, and it's forming our lens that we interpret what's happening in the world through. So, how do I put this? So it's the collective. Now, there are some of us, I happen to be one of them, that has a natural rebellion streak in it. And I think this is actually more common than people realize. It depends how much. I think we all have it, and it's just a matter of how much it's been allowed to exercise. And that is our natural rebellion against the social collective thought. And that's part of us trying to find where our identity is. What makes us unique? Why are we of value? What value do we bring to the collective? Right? Why does the collective like us? It likes us for whatever individual value we have. Therefore, we want to be seen as different. So we have this natural desire to be unique. And that desire to be unique often sends us into a cycle of wanting to rebel against the collective, especially if the collective thought goes against your soul aspect. And that's where you get your personal, I was going to say your personal values, but that's actually brought on by your family a lot and everything else. Your soul values, your soul priorities, which can be very different than what the human priorities are. So how did I go with that? I think I might have gotten lost. Hi, I had to stop the camera and kind of review and gather my thoughts, so I'm back. I felt like I was kind of losing my train here. So basically what I was just saying is that we have ourselves, not for ourselves, but we have a natural instinct where we want to be a part of the social collective, and at the same time we want to rebel against the social collective. And where the level of rebellion versus conformity and to be accepted, or desire for acceptance, that amount is determined by your soul's intentions with the life that you're living. So it goes back to what your soul's intentions were for this life, what your soul values are, that perspective. Now, star seeds, which again, majority of the people that work with me and follow these videos are star seeds, or in some form of waking up to being a star seed, which is a person who has a soul that originated from another planet here. A lot of us are here. And we are here at this time to help with the evolution of mankind, starseeds. So anyhow, those of us who are starseeds, I think we find we are often in a placement, we feel like a black sheep, or we feel like the rebel in the crowd, or the misfit. It's kind of the major, and often that can be felt as a rejection. An abandonment, and persecution. So we often feel a lot of that because the collective thought, it does fluctuate as society grows and everything, but humanity has been very out of line with how, well, it's part of the evolution, right? Like we've gotten into this crisis point between the doing and whether we should be doing and living in harmony with our environment and all of that. And this awakening that we're having as we move into a higher consciousness, able to consider our actions at a much deeper level, and then actually stepping into the ability to choose those actions for the better good of service of mankind. So that whole evolutionary loop that we're in, some of my other videos talk more about that. But that collective thought is often really going against what the soul values are. And part of going through the awakening process, and again, starseeds are at the front line of that, we need to heal the collective thought by healing the thoughts that are coming into us. So this is where we get, where we need to look at the memories we have. This is why we look at past life, as well as why we look at history. History has been, in the last, well, it's accelerating, but in the last 100 years, it has been on this accelerated path of learning about our history and how important our history actually is, and how much we actually don't know about our history. And so there's a lot of things being discovered that have been finally revealed to humanity because it serves us at this time. So now it's being revealed. There's a lot of more interest in studying our history. And this is what this is doing, is as we uncover levels of history, we actually release memories. And those memories are triggering the wounds that our cells have held, that have been tuned with our cells, that we've been playing out. We have signed different stories, but we're kind of playing out the same old themes, that kind of concept. Same thing, new story, same theme, new story, same illusion, different story, same program, different story. That's the importance of understanding our history. It's the importance of understanding history of humanity. It's also the importance of understanding our personal history. So your soul has a history, yes, and that's really very interesting because there is a cosmic story going on, but your soul's also incarnated, so it's really important, and probably more important than the cosmic story is the actual historical story that's held in your DNA in those cell memories. Because when we understand our genetic history, when we understand those human stories that have been passed down through our genetics, through our families, and we understand the programs, beliefs, the illusions, the behavior patterns, all of that has come through, and we actually look at them and we heal and release them and come to peace with them. And really, how do we come to peace? We move out of judgment of them. So the conflict actually comes from the state of judgment, which we have to move into that judgment zone before we can move into the compassionate zone. Okay, so, and the judgment comes in where we don't feel like we want to conform to society. We want to be seen as unique. And how are we being seen as unique? And then how are we being persecuted or rejected or abandoned because of our uniqueness? And then how much do we have a desire to be a part of that? That's kind of the scale that we're playing with in order to, as we work through our genetic history. So when you release your genetic history, when you come to an understanding of the genetic history or your soul history, and a lot of us, when we're having soul memory as well as and learning about the cosmic story and the bigger earth story that's being released, being rediscovered by our historians or geologist, thank you, geologist, and archaeologists, that's the one I'm trying to say, as they're discovering more and more about our human history. It's not just our family history, it's our collective history, and it's looking at all, that's why everything's coming to the surface. These old programs are coming to the surface, and we need to look at them at a deeper level, and we need to not cancel history, but actually learn from history, understand, go through the judgment of it to the point that we understand why it happened, when it happened, in the time and experience that it happened in, and come to the point past judgment where we actually get into compassionate. So we learned how to forgive ourselves for the roles that we played in it. And we're still holding those programs. Got to remember, these programs are still playing out today. They just have new stories. That's why studying past stories sometimes can reveal the threads that are behind the stories we're living today. And that's why when we come to terms with a past story where it started from, it will actually bring that insight. It'll remove that program and make that program completely remove all the way out to now, into today, what you're physically holding. And that is when we heal that history element, those memories, and we release ourselves from those programs, from our personal history of just this lifetime, our genetic history that comes with our bodies from our families, as well as our societal programs, our community, our national, right, and then our world collective programs as well. You can see there's all these different layers, and we actually have to heal all those layers. And all those layers, all those stories, all come into the different programs that we are working through. And so that's why the importance of healing our past is such a priority right now. We have to heal our past in order to move into a future, because we want to move into a state of compassion. When we understand why the story, when we get to the point where we understand and can forgive, accept, forgive, and find compassion. And remember, compassion is when we can see the struggles that somebody's in and hold the perception that they will have everything they need to rise above what struggles they're in, the obstacles they are in. They have everything they need to rise above those. And you hold that vision for them, and you love them unconditionally. If we can learn to do that for our past, we can also learn to do it for ourselves today. And we need to learn to do that for us as individuals, us as a member of our family, as a member of our society, our communities, our province, state, whatever, our nationalities, our races, across race, across culture, across religion, all of it. We have to get to the point where we can come together as a collective while appreciating the individual uniqueness of each one of us, and be on the same page, working to create a compassionate environment where there is no judgment, where we can move past judgment and have compassion. Okay? That is why it's so important to heal past life. I hope this video made sense. I didn't know, like I said in the beginning, I just turned on this camera and started talking because I knew there was a message to come, and hopefully I've managed to put it together fairly well. Please subscribe to my channel and like my video, share it if you can. And I really appreciate every one of you for being here with me. I do have a couple of announcements I'd like to say. I probably should have said them at the beginning, but I'll say them now. We have a virtual launch party coming up on January 17th. So all of you people that are online and like the online thing, tune into it. It's on January 17th at 1 o'clock. And it's that group that I'm a part of that is self-care, self-confidence, self-love. And so there's a group of us coming together, and we have lots of we're doing this one as a party. So we try and get together every month and do something towards helping people on the theme of self-care, self-confidence, and self-love. And this one, we're doing it as a party because we got to bring joy into this world. We need to bring celebration into this world. And so we're having a party online. And I invite you to join us. Dress up. We're going to dress up. You can wear full costume. You can wear top hat and suit. You can wear ball gowns. You can wear whatever you want to wear. If you want to show up in an animal costume, go for it. If you want to show up in a princess costume, go for that too. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. But, and then we're going to be doing different things. So this isn't going to be a panel of people just telling you their opinions or talking to you. We've done that, and those are very valuable. But this one, we want joy and celebration in it. So it's going to come in a whole different way. So join me for that. January 17th. It's a Wednesday and it starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which I believe is 10 o'clock Pacific time, which is my time. So Eastern, so watch that. Anyhow, I'll be posting that on my social media, so check that out. I also am opening my doors in Pitt Meadows, where I'm going to see people live in person. I'm so excited to start seeing you live again, one-to-one. I'm looking forward to the hugs and the getting together and the just that getting together community again. So I'm joining with Infinite Serenity Spa. I'm renting off of her in that space. And of course, you know, Steph and I love getting together and working and doing things. And of course, she said to me, the first one that she wanted for January was the financial one. So I haven't done this for a while, but I'm going to do, it's called Financial Alchemy. And it is on, I believe it's just Sunday, January 21st. It's like 10 o'clock till 4 in the afternoon. And we're going to discover your sacred money archetype. We're also going to get in touch with your finances, and we're going to find out where your blocks to money are, how you're designed to actually make money, how you're supposed to work with money, how you're designed that way, and how to break through those ceilings, those money ceilings, the glass ceiling, like how to move through those blocks that you have. It's going to be a really great day for welcoming in a fantastic year. Like I said, 2024, you've got a choice. What timeline you're going to go on? This is going to set you on that financial abundance timeline. So I hope you get a chance to join us for that. And I'm also teaching Reiki again. So I have a February 3rd and 4th, I have Reiki level 1 and 2. Holy Fire Reiki, so there's a little bit of differences with it, but you are fully qualified as a, Holy Fire Usui Reiki is what the actual title is, and you are fully qualified under the Canadian Reiki Association. It is certified by them. I did activate my membership again, so all my students can be registered with that, and it of course is in line with the International Center for Reiki under William Rand. It's the Holy Fire, yes, it's under there as well. I am qualified and trained in that, all 3 levels. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, and I will be doing more classes as we move on. I think that's all I can think of at the top of my head. Oh, no, that's right. I'm bringing back cacao. I have cacao ceremony. That is, I believe it's Friday night, the 19th. These are Pacific. Anything I do live and in person at location in Pitt Meadows, live in location, will be in Pitt Meadows, and it will be Pacific time, West Coast time. Okay, so when I say that cacao ceremony, 7 p.m. Friday, January 19th, that's Pacific time. So hopefully you can join for that. I'm excited to have cacao, and this is where I can't remember the night we decided to do this, but we're doing Reiki shares. I'm doing a Reiki share again. I'm so excited to get back to Reiki shares. I miss them. They are so powerful. Such a great way to develop your intuition, to develop your healing ability, to balance your energy field, and to receive a healing, give a healing. It's such an amazing community that forms around Reiki share. I'm really excited to get that back. Look on my website, now on my Facebook, for the most up-to-date information on it. I can't remember what date I'm doing that. I'm now thinking it might be January 19th, and I'm doing cacao on a different day, but I don't remember. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just quickly look that up, and then I can tell you guys for sure, because that's important. Oh, actually, it should be right here. Cacao ceremony is on the 19th of January, and I do not have, why don't I have this in here? Financial alchemy is on the 21st, and I do not have my Reiki share listed in here because I don't remember what day we agreed on, so I'll have to revisit that. I do know I'm teaching on the 3rd and the 4th, that's for sure. The virtual one is on the 17th, and I also have a couple podcasts coming out. Let me know, because I'm having other people. I'm doing some interviews with my podcast, or not podcast, with my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing some interviews coming up, and the first one I've got is we're going to do a menopause interview, and I've got a big podcast interview that I'm on at the end of January. There'll be more information coming on that. So anyhow, it started off really great. I've got lots of fun things. Go back to the basics. Financial alchemy. Join me. Let me know if you're not in West Coast and can't make it to that class, and it is limited seating. I've only got room for, I think, 8 students, so it's limited. I've already got a couple signed up, so it's limited. Now, so if you would like me to create an online version of that, I have been thinking about doing that. Comment, let me know if you'd like me to do financial alchemy as an online class, because I can do that too. Anyhow, love you all. I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for being with me and for staying with me, and subscribe to my channel, like my channel. I love your support and I love you. Mwah. Welcome to the evolution.